on the quality. So how to balance it, and that miracle happened in the past with the high-yielding varieties, and now we have not only sufficient, even we can export the wheat, despite the challenge that population is increasing continuously. So these are the basic concepts and fundamentals of wheat quality which we understand. We want to understand more from the millers, and that we are trying to follow these standard and to develop the varieties. What we have done, we have made our own groups of different kinds of wheat. In India, generally, we have genetically hard wheat, and we have developed some varieties which are soft, good for biscuits and noodles and some kind of and cakes. Now, we have emphasized a lot on developing varieties, biofortified varieties, and wheat is a major crop in ICR system, that we have developed more than 40 varieties of wheat which are biofortified. In terms of energy content, more than 40 ppm, and the protein content more than 12%. And protein content is highly influenced by the environment. So we need to have some kind of agronomic management. And for this, I think we need to have some kind of collaborations among the industries, with the farmers and the scientists working on the wheat. And we are taking a lot of, we are trying to understand the genetics of about what are the nutritional quality traits. We have developed, first time in India, low phytic acid wheat and high phytage wheat, which are good for non-ruminant animals and for the human feeding. So as scientists in ICR, we are trying to develop and understand the wheat for better nutrition and useful for different products. We have the good facility in our institute. I think some of the millers, they have visited our institute, and that we can help in developing that kind of collaborations and have the varieties suitable for the milling industry. So we have, based on these simple tests, for example, we have the weakest wheat in the wheat world. We have the NAFAL, Indian landrace, and that landrace has been utilized for developing varieties for soft wheat product for biscuits. So we have the technologies, we have the methodologies, we have the breeding techniques, we have the varieties. Now what to do next? So we need that kind of collaborations so that we can have those varieties for different. For example, you see the varieties, we have so many varieties for chapati, the flatbread. They are excellent for chapati quality. That is more than 8 score out of 10, chapati quality score. Like earlier we had a variety C306. Now we have comparable varieties for that. We have some of the varieties, they are good for bread. Few of the varieties, they now recently have been developed for biscuit, for making biscuits. And we have recently put a lot of emphasis on durum wheat by increasing yellow pigment content to 10 ppm. Now I will show some of the, you see that, you see, there are some misconceptions, lot of misconceptions about the quality and the yield. You can produce the 8-ton variety per hectare by having the protein content more than 12%. Micronutrient content more than 40 ppm. So these are the varieties you can, so there is no dearth of varieties available, but we need to have that kind of agronomic management. We need to have that kind of contract farming, that we need to have that kind of milling industry associations. You see, in the case of sedimentation, that is a very important test for evaluating the strength of the gluten. In the last 10-15 years, we have improved a lot. We have more than 6 gram test, more than 50 cc. And for yellow pigment also, the last 10 years, we have improved a lot. So breeding is done, a lot of improvement are being done in terms of these constituents. And now we are trying to have that kind of wheat for export purposes, to develop which comes under the grade first. So a lot of achievements in the scientific areas. I think I am not going to talk about that, but one fundamental aspect is agronomic biofortification. We need to have that kind of very simple technique, zinc sulfate spray, only 100 rupees per day, per hectare. Zinc sulfate requirement is there. And you can have more than 40% enhanced in zinc content because our soils are getting deficient of zinc content. So by agronomic manipulation, by selecting the varieties, you can have that kind of achievement in terms of variety. But what we need definitely, always I emphasize in the meeting that we need to have that kind of interaction, that kind of collaboration developed. Despite that, we don't have practically no interaction, no collaborations. Industry is not contributing anything. I am harsh to say that. But we are not getting, if a scientist working in the developing a variety suitable for the milling industry, but we are not having that kind of collaborations developed. And that to the market. You see the market, more than 100 million tons, the wheat is consumed in India. Still we don't have. I think we need to work on that in the direction. That is actually the message which I want to put the August gathering and ICR scientists talking among the millers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks indeed, Dr. Sewa.